But
Now,
let's just talk about these interest repayments, because it does seem to be an area. Yes, it's true that there is a lot of support for your reforms, but from those people you talk about, the vice-chancellors, they have said that they are very worried about the inequity contained within those loan repayments. Is that something that you're going to consider changing?
well, let's see what the Senate decides, Sarah. I'm not going to preempt the crossbenchers. I'm not going to assume that they're going to do one thing or the other, but I will certainly talk to them about all aspects of the package.
But have you been persuaded by Bruce Chapman and the arguments of the vice-chancellors that those loan repayments that hurt low-income earners and women in particular should be removed from the package or altered?
Well, I think it's fair for the students to pay the same interest rate that the taxpayers are paying on their behalf. I think the students should pay back at the same rate that the taxpayers did. Otherwise, there is an inbuilt subsidy for the students, and the students are already getting, at the moment, 60% of their tuition fees paid by the taxpayer.
But when Bruce Chapman, forgive me, but when Bruce Chapman explains to you that the effect of setting the repayments at the government bond rate in the way that you have hurts women and poor people, those people whom you want to encourage into the universities, are you saying that you'll only change that if the crossbenchers demand it? You don't see any innate benefit in that?
Well, Sarah, if you're saying that Bruce Chapman is the oracle and that everything he says we have to do, then I would advise Bruce Chapman to get himself elected to Parliament, to become a Cabinet Minister and the Minister for Education, and then he'll be able to do that. His voice is a valid one, and I will respectfully listen to him, but he's not a member of the Cabinet.
However, do you accept that there is a hit in the way that you've set up the loan repayments that hurts women and poorer people more than it does high-income earners? Do you accept that's the consequence?
No, absolutely not. And I don't accept it, because what will happen at universities is that vice-chancellors and their leadership teams will know that they should not charge and will not charge higher fees for courses which are typically going to be studied by people who will be nurses and teachers and therefore not earn high incomes over a period of time. Now, women are well represented in this, amongst the teaching and nursing students. They will not be able to earn the high incomes that, say, dentists or lawyers will earn, and vice-chancellors, in framing their fee structure, will take that into account. Therefore, the debts of teachers and nurses will be lower than the debts, for example, of lawyers and dentists.
But what happens to a female lawyer or a female dentist who takes, say, 10 years out from the workplace to raise a family? She will pay a great deal more for her degree than a man who has no children.
Well, Sarah, I feel like you're sort of caught up on this subject, and the reforms, the higher education reforms, are a great deal more than simply the deregulation of fees. So while you're a bit caught up on one aspect of it, there are many very good aspects of this reform package which I think the Senate will find very attractive.
I'll just make the point, it's not me who's caught up on it, it's the vice-chancellors of the university. But moving on.